Hi Pandora fans. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day today. Alright, so today I'm making a video to answer a question from a very friendly subscriber. Now, the question was if I actually wear silicone rings or stoppers onto my bracelets. Now, my last videos, I have shown you guys how to actually put on the silicone stoppers on the O pendants to stop your charms from flipping upside down. Now, I do also use the same method on my bracelets. Now, all the bracelets that I do have clip stations. Now, these little silicone stoppers are a little bit difficult to pass over the front threaded end and the clip station. Now, you can actually just roll the silicone stopper onto the bracelet, but it is rather difficult. If you have nails, it may be a little bit easier, but I don't. I keep my nails very short because I do a lot of beading, crafting, sanding, and all that stuff. So my trusted tool of the trade is my tweezers, which are actually working tweezers. They're not tweezers that you would use on your face. Okay? Alright, so what I like to do is actually put the O stopper on top of here. Okay? And then open the tweezers a little bit and then pass the bracelet through the silicone stopper. Okay? Now, if you're going to apply the silicone stoppers to a bracelet, I honestly would suggest that you do that if you don't change your bracelet very often. Okay, because it can become a tedious task, especially if you have add more than one. I had done this on 3 charms on a bracelet, and it took a while. But then also what you have to consider is that it's hard to take off. Okay, it's not like the O pendant, because the O pendant, there's no flexibility. Okay, like there's flexibility here. As you can see, you can move it, you can curve it. The O pendant, you can't. So sometimes it may be difficult to actually remove the silicone stopper because you're going to have to slide the charm a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, again to the left, until at least one comes out. Okay? And again, when you remove, you're going to have to slide it all the way to the clip station and then use your thumb and your index finger to actually roll the silicone stopper over the clip stations. Now, I strongly recommend that you start with 1 charm on your bracelet when you begin. Okay, if this is your first time, I recommend that you try it out, experiment. Find the trick that works for you. Now, my silicone stoppers, as you can see next to the fairy, are trimmed. And if you're going to use any tools, okay, now this is a little bit funny, but yesterday I was just experimenting with my O stoppers, and I did notice that the more you use them, the more they will lose their elasticity. In other words, I would put an O stopper on my tweezers, and then I would open a little bit, and then fling, it would just pop off and fly somewhere in the room. So realize if that's going to happen, because you're affecting its elasticity because you're trimming it. So you're actually making it weaker. But again, that's mostly for if you use tweezers. Okay. because, well, these tweezers, as you can see, they open very wide. Okay, so you could actually put an elastic halfway up your tweezers so that they don't pop open that wide. All right, now, so what I'm going to show you is I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I just zoomed in so you guys can get a closer look at the silicone stopper, how small it is. And if you do fill up a bracelet and you use the silicone stoppers, do not apply your clips until the end. Okay, you have to make sure that you place the charms where you want them to be. And you can't do this ahead of time, and you cannot stretch the O stopper to go over your charm. That won't happen. Okay, if you manage to do that, congrats, because usually what will happen is it'll just snap and fling. Okay, you don't want to fling yourself in the face with a silicone stopper. All right, so I'm going to zoom out and I'm going to tuck the silicone stoppers in the fairy charm. Okay, so the first thing that I do, number one, is you put your silicone, you pass it through first. Then you put your charm. Then you slide your second silicone down here to where you want it to be. Okay? So it doesn't matter if she flips upside down right now. What we're going to do is we're just going to pull in the silicone stoppers. Okay? Now, she doesn't need to be completely straight to or even to where you want it to be, because you can slide her. But be aware, you can only slide her between the clip stations, like in thirds. Okay. Now I decided to leave the charms or the bracelet bare. But if you do add charms, again, you add your charms to where you want them, and then you slide on the charm that's going to have the O stopper. Then after she's placed, then you finish filling the rest of your bracelet. Okay. So again, we tuck the ends. And here in beautiful Victoria, it's raining again. All right, so put my thumb at the one end. Okay. And yes, this charm needs to be a little bit forward, so it's so I can grasp it properly. Now we're going to have a trusted tool. And it is, it's a little bit dark. I do apologize if it is a bit dark. Okay. And then we just tuck this in. Now this should tuck in pretty easily. Okay. So I do apologize. I have to move this around. All right. So we got one end in. Now, it's okay if it's not perfect. Okay, then we go to this side. Okay, you do slide her down a little bit because you need to grasp the charm. And again, we just push this in. Like I said, first I'd like to go gently to just push her where she needs to be, or where it needs to be. Okay. Now we need to get the underneath. Oops. Like I said, it's very difficult to do this on camera because my hands get in the way. So I'm just going to tuck this in. Now it's taking me a little bit longer than usual because I have my thumb and it's blocking my view. So I'm just going to take this off camera so I can actually put the silicone in. All right, ladies. So I was able to poke those silicone rings inside. So I'll show you a side view. Okay, now it doesn't matter if it sticks out a little bit or if you can see it, because if you do put charms on each side, then it won't be visible. Okay. Now this you can use on the snake chain or the bangle. If you do use it on the bangle, it's a little bit easier to move when you're going to put it in, or when you're going to slide it to take the silicone ring or silicone stopper out. Okay, so I'm going to open it, and I'm just going to put one bead or one Murano. Of course, I'm going to have to put the one that actually looks like a wing, because our fairy has wings. Okay, then we're going to close. All right. So now, if I turn her on her side, she's not sliding or going anywhere. Okay, even if I lift this. Okay. I don't recommend that you do this, but I'm just I'm just doing this to show you guys that she's not moving. Okay. So again, I do recommend that you guys do this, but with a third of the bracelet. Not full yet. I have done it with the bracelet being full. And I had put silicone stoppers on about 3 charms, I believe, one in the center of each third. And it was wonderful. But then again, at the end, when I wanted to change it up, it was a little bit difficult to get them off. Okay, so again, just practice, but do practice on an older bracelet. Don't try it on a new one yet, because, and especially depending on the tool that you do use to poke the silicone stopper in. Now, I've tried with little push pins, you know, the one with the little plastic end. That's too sharp. You're just going to stab the silicone stopper, make holes in it. And I didn't have any toothpicks with me, so I wasn't able to try that method. So again, I just opened my center drawer in my desk, and I grabbed my trusted tool. Now this tool I absolutely love, because I can do so many things with this, especially when it comes to beading and crafting. So I know these tweezers actually came in a tool kit. I think it was a Dremel case or Dremel kit I had bought. So this is what I use. But again, I've been doing this for a long time now. I've been using silicone stoppers for at least 2 years or more. So I'm used to using this, and so I'm able to put them in without poking or gashing my charms. Again, if you're a newbie and you've never done this before, try to find something that is wood, or if you're using metal, grab an old charm. Everybody's got one charm that is like really dinged up, but they love it so much that they can't throw it away. Or not throw it away, but you know what I mean. So try it out and see which technique works for you. But again, this is my absolute favorite. So what I do is I actually flip her like this. Okay, like this. Oops. Sorry, ladies. With her head pointing up on the side of the bracelet. So like that, when she's sitting on your wrist is here, and you have the beautiful fairy looking out. Or you can have the wings pressed here where my finger is. You can lean the feathers against the finger, and like that, she's gonna like face out or face upwards while you're wearing it on your bracelet. Okay. Now, I wish I could show you a couple of more, but like I said, these are my last 2 hose stoppers from a package of 10. with time, they do stretch and they become weaker. Okay, so like I said, if you put them on the tweezers and you press it open like this, it may snap and fling. So beware. Okay, I don't want to be responsible if you poke yourself in the eye with a silicone stopper. So I think it would look really pretty with two of these. And I actually put the fairy on the Shine O pendant and on the medium silver pendant. And it's so cute because she looks like she's actually on a swing. And what also, I know I'm saying and a lot, but in video Pandora Collection Part 5, I showed you guys the plane. Okay, this little plane. Now, I told you guys that because of this little overlapping back wing, okay, what I like to do is put one silicone stopper at the nose and actually have the plane. Okay, I'm just going to slide this out of the way. Take this off. Well, actually, I can leave this on. It doesn't really matter. Now, this is the threaded end. Okay. Now, if you fill up your travel bracelet, okay, because on a travel bracelet, I usually put two planes. One to indicate takeoff, to start the adventure, and another plane at the other end to signify coming home. Okay. Now, I don't use safety chains. I just don't like them because the chain scrapes against the clasp, especially if you got 14 karat gold clasp. You don't want it scratched up. But again, it's personal preference. I've never had a bracelet unhinge or fall off my wrist. It's never happened to me. Thank goodness. But I'm sure that I'll change my tune if ever I do lose one. Okay, so this is what I usually do, is I will put a silicone stopper right here in the nose. Okay, and have it half threaded on the threaded end. Like this. Or all the way to the end of the thread. And have the silicone stopper, and then I start my sequence of charms. Okay, but again, you're gonna have to pick the right charms because you'll need that space at the ends. And ladies, do not overpack your bracelet. If it's really tight and you have a hard time just curving the bracelet, it's too tight. Okay, that's not going to be good for your charm or your bracelet. Now, I really hope that I answered some questions really well. I hope I give you the information that you need. So again, if you did have it on the ends, this is what it would look like. Okay, you're going on a trip, and then you would put another plane over here. Okay, and having the silicone at the nose as well will stop the charm from flipping upside down. And you can adjust it on your bracelet. And another thing is that if your clip slides, or has a tendency to slide, you can cut in an O stopper in half, or in you cut it so you have like 3/4 of it, and you put it beside the clip station, not on top because it won't close, but you put it right at the side. You tighten your clip, and this mostly works for the clips that are round, I find. Like for example, the butterfly lace wing clip. So it doesn't turn. You just put the silicone stopper at the end, you close your clip, and then it's stiff like this. All right? So now there's nothing holding you guys back from designing beautiful bracelets and having the self-confidence that people are going to see your charms, that they're not going to go, well, what's that? It looks really weird. And then you have to go, oh, hold on 1 second. I have to rotate it to show you what it is. Okay, there's nothing worse than that. So that is my fix, ladies. So now you have all the tools to design the most beautiful bracelets. All right? Now, if you like this video, do click like. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I actually really love to answer questions and chat a little bit regarding the videos. And if you wish to subscribe, please do so. I absolutely love it. I am up to 32 subscribers right now. So a big shout out, a big thank you to all of you who are subscribing to my channel. It's much appreciated, and that makes me very happy. And a big kiss and hug from me. All right, have yourselves a beautiful day. Thank you.